ransom for terrorists. That's right. We are still on the Kaduna Kidnap, and this is something that we're hoping is going to end in praise. The president says that there's going to be no free money for the kidnappers, and you better believe that despite the fact that there's no ransom, he has said that the children and teachers are coming home ransom free. Okay, is this possible? How will the children and teachers who have been kidnapped, and they've said they're not going to release them unless money is paid, come home? Are they going to be rescued because our security agents are going to do what it is that they're supposed to do? Now, it's a tough call. If you were president, what would you do? Comments, let me know. How would you handle this situation? We have a serious track record when it comes to school kidnappings. You guys remember the Chibok girls? You know they're still missing, right? And this year makes it 10 years. Since then, we've had several incidences, like so many, that didn't even make the headline. Well, the international community is actually really paying attention to how we're handling this. And yeah, why do we care what the international community says and does? Well, unfortunately, we borrow money from them, so we gotta care. All eyes are on Nigeria on how we're gonna handle this crisis. But the only thing and the part that I am not still happy is that we have not heard directly from the president. We've been getting these updates from the information minister in Abuja. Remember what I said the other day? Being a politician, being a public servant requires empathy. And I think it would have been very nice for there to have been a reassuring speech from the president. Those are people's children. It's not adults. These are people's children. And it shows that you understand that behind every single number of 257 people, there's a life there that matters. It's just that simple. It's not business as usual. But the president has directed security agencies to go full steam ahead on the rescue mission without paying the ransom. Let's just hope that they have a solid plan in place, because at the end of the day, every moment counts for these 287 victims. Or wouldn't that even be better for them to not have announced that they are not paying the ransom? Because I'm trying to think to myself, if as a kidnapper I heard that they are not paying the ransom, that they are going to rescue them, I will off the people now. Am I? Yeah, you're supposed to have rescued them, and then you come out and say we did it without paying ransom. That's what you're supposed to do. But maybe they're already rescued and we don't know. Maybe. We've got multiple incidences of kidnappings happening across this country. Multiple. In Kaduna, we've got the Goni Gora kidnappers demanding for that ridiculous 40 trillion naira. In Sokoto, another group snatched 15 Quranic students and they're asking for 20 million naira. Let's not forget that there are 61 locals in Buddha community who have also been kidnapped, and we don't know the half of it because every day people are being kidnapped. Amidst all this chaos, the minister has said again that they are not going to pay any ransom, and that is President Tinubu's stance. I fully agree that while the government has a firm position on this, what are they doing to ensure that it stops happening? Kidnappers are making demands. Innocent lives are hanging in the balance. Imagine how the parents feel. Imagine the fear. Imagine the fear that the kids and the teachers that have been kidnapped feel. The kidnappers actually called the community leader, and the community leader was able to speak with the headmaster, who is also in captivity. And when you hear what the headmaster had to say about the kids' condition in captivity, he said they're so weakened, they can barely stand, that some even have died. Why? Because these kids are babies. 8 to 18. They're children. The clock is ticking every passing moment, and it continues to bring uncertainty and anguish. And the government yes, they said they are not going to negotiate with the terrorists. I agree. But you guys, what is the plan? But interestingly enough, America has actually said that they are willing to help in this rescue effort and situation. And the government is still trying to figure out what are the moral, legal implications of all of that. But even more so, government seems to, I don't know, I'm not sure about this ransom thing. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be pressure from the parents. Parents are desperate to have their kids back no matter what. And you're not going to be playing round one with a child's life. You got to get it right. You get one shot. One shot. The federal government has said though that they're open to hearing what other countries' services can offer in terms of the rescue situation. And it really has spoken volumes, man. This is a serious, complex situation. But I understand why the federal government has said that they're not going to pay ransom, because it's actually illegal. I did not know this, that it is illegal to pay ransom. A specific bill, Act 2013, in the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013, Amendment Bill 2022, it threw in a curveball into the mix. The amendment section makes it abundantly clear that raising funds to pay ransom is not just frowned upon, it's illegal. Anyone caught colluding with kidnappers to pay ransom faces a hefty prison sentence of at least 15 years. So what have we been doing? All the years that we've been paying ransom, what have we been doing? Because there's a bill that was amended in 2022. And he says it's illegal to pay ransom. So the president has to abide by the rule of law. Simple. A lot of people have a lot to say online, and this is one from Ogbete. He said, "Now so he vowed to invade Niger, but ended up begging them." Anyways, I support his declaration because payment of ransom emboldens terrorists as well as funds their criminal activities. End quote. Chris, though, online had a very different opinion, and he says something that I was like, I understand, because we need to be empathetic. It's easy to say when the child of a top personality or government official is not involved. Another rash statement from the president. Let's hope that tomorrow there's no change of tune, end quote. Benjamin, meanwhile, is questioning a lot, and he tweeted this, and I quote, President Tinubu vowed not to pay ransom to school children kidnappers. Tinubu did not visit the parents of the kidnapped children to encourage them or assure them of their children's release, but he rushed to inaugurate an airport named after him, end quote. You know, that's the thing, right, is that during this season, empathy is important. I fully stand with the president on the fact that he should not pay ransom, but I also think that's important to show that you truly, truly care. And what could have been done? Just a simple speech. That would have been enough. That would have been enough. These are people's lives. We can only hope and pray for the safety, the return of every single child that has been affected. I cannot imagine what they're going through or what their parents are going through. Again, I'm curious, if you are the president, what would you do? How would you handle this situation? Comment down below. More tragedy in Nigeria. A newborn baby killed in an attack. You gotta click on the next video to find out what's happening.